right, hello everyone. Sorry, I thought I had more battery on my computer than I did, and I had to go plug it in. So hello and welcome to Crafty Hour 30. So this is going to be part 2 of our Crafty Hour today. So hopefully everybody grabbed a kit and you joined Diane this morning at noon Central Time. And she had a super adorable fun fold card. So if you guys didn't catch that or get an opportunity to watch it yet, make sure to go back to Clipper Street's main Facebook page, and the video will be posted there, so you can go back and do Diane's 3 cards. So they were amazing. So make sure to go back and do that. So hopefully everybody's ready to craft along now with our Crafty Hour. So grab your kits, and we will get started just momentarily. Hold on one sec. I'm up in my craft room, which is above the garage, and it is a wee bit chilly, so I had to go get a space heater. My teeth start chattering on that. So welcome everybody. So what we're going to kind of play with again today is, last time for the Crafty Hour, I kind of did where we stacked, we cut, and we flipped it. Well, I really kind of like that. So I was like, oh, I'm going to play with it again in a different way, and we're going to do it more in a slanted. So if you look closely, the back of each one of these are all kind of that same idea. So we're going to do an angled stack this time. We're going to stack it, we're going to cut it, and we're going to shuffle them is the word I'm doing. I know, right, Deanna? Both of our rooms are above the garages, and it's just that crawl space, and it just is so cold. Makes me not want to go up there. Oh, okay, so we're going to get started. So in your thing, I did not have a lot of homework, just had some items for you to grab. So what we're going to grab is 3 pieces of paper in your 6x6. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, night, whatever we're on. Time is just flying like crazy. Can you believe we're only like 10 days away from Christmas? Sheesh, I can't. Totally not ready over here. Okay, so you're going to grab these 3 pieces of paper. That really pretty kind of sage green, the butterflies, and then I just love random script. There is something about a random script that I always have to use: touch, play, create, stencil, stamp, ink. So of course I was drawn to this one. So grab these 3, and what we're going to do, make sure all of your prints are right side up, and we're going to stack them. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut our pattern paper first. It's going to be 3 1/4 standing upright, and then we're going to flip it and do by 5. Okay? So we're going to grab our trimmer. I am in love with the Spellbinders trimmer. If you guys have not grabbed this one yet, or the Dress My Craft, same trimmer. Oh, I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, so 3 1/4 is our first cut. So we're going 3 3/4, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, however you do it. I think, I don't know, some say quarters, some say fourths. 3 3/4, and we're going to slice it. And I'm cutting through all 3 at the same time. This paper is thin enough that you can slice them all at the same time. These guys, you're just going to throw to the side, and you can use them on another card. They're going to be a scrap. Then we're going to flip it, and I'm flipping my words this way. For some reason, the top of my pad was a little bit stickier, and it ripped some of my papers when I was taking them out, but I could have been kind of rough with them too. So I'm going to be cutting the top of mine off, and we're going to go to 5 inches. 5 inches, and we're going to slice it. And then again, put this in your discard pile somewhere. Okay? So now you have 3 pieces of paper. They're all your patterns that are 3 3/4 by 5. Easy peasy. Right? Oh, Deanna, you oughta, Deanna, I'm kidding tonight. The Crafty Hour we're announcing tomorrow, and whew, I was a little rough with that one too, so A lot of them are going in my kit. I got a little carried away. That glue was very finicky. Got a little rough. I was doing 1, 2, 3 rip, and ripped. Okay, next is solid. The solid is going to be the gold. I already cut on my gold. You guys might have a full sheet of gold, so what we're going to be doing is cutting 3 solids that are 4 by 5 1/4. So this guy is going to get put right on top of that. I don't know what it is about this gold in this kit, but I love it and use it every time. I was kind of excited Diane did not grab it, so I was like, ooh, I'm calling dibs and using it all. Okay, so we're going to slice it 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to do that to 3 pieces. So we're just rinsing and repeating. So essentially, what you're going to end up with is that gold around all 4 sides, just like that. Okay? So we're going to do that 2 more times. So I'm going to cut my 5 1/4 first on this one, so hopefully I have less waste. 5 1/4, and then I'm going to flip it and do 4 and 4. Four and 4. It had super duper glue on it. I need that kind of glue. I need a bottle of that stuff. It's almost like a book binding glue. Or for spines. Okay, so that is that one there. So we've got our solid, which is our gold. Our gold. I'll just write that on there in case anybody's doing screenshots or anything. The solid is our gold. Our base is our white. So those you should already have. We're going to be working directly off of the card bases that were in there. These are A2, so they are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. They're already the size we need. Not having to do anything to them. They're done. Done. Fine. Okay, so you can set all of those to the side. Gotta make sure to drink my water and not my paint water. I know none of you guys have done that, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to stack them. So we have all 3, 1, 2, 3, of our pattern papers, and we're going to stack it, okay? I'm going to grab a ruler, and I'll explain to you my pattern here. So when you're looking at it from the front, this here is the front, we're going to come down 1 1/4, 2, up to 1 1/4. But I did not want to make a mark on my paper on the front side, so we're going to flip it. We're flipping it, and now we're going to look at the back side. So all of our measurements have just flipped from the front to the back. Okay, so we're going to come down 2 inches and make a mark. Okay, come down 2 inches and make a mark. Then we're going to come up from the bottom 2 inches and make a mark. Okay, so that is 2 up and that is 2 down. We're going to go to the other side, and now we're going to do 1 1/4. So we're going to come down, and you guys can just eyeball this. It doesn't have to be these exact measurements, but I'm kind of anal retentive, so it has to be measured for me. Okay, and then we're going to come up from the bottom. Same thing, 1 1/4. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to line this up on our trimmer, and we're going to cut here to here. We're going to put this on the trimmer, and we're going to cut here to here. Everybody got that? Any questions? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. No questions? All right, moving on. It's an easy group tonight. Okay, so we're going to stack it. Make sure everything's stacked nice. Stacked nice. And this is another reason why I love this trimmer is I can line these spots up in the track. So I'm lining up that mark that's at 4 1/4 and that mark that's at 2 inch, and I'm going to slice it. And we've got this piece here that will just sit to the side. Then we've got that there, that there. We're going to slice it. Doesn't match. I'm not sure what doesn't match, Linda. So now what I've got is this, this, and this. And all three are cut at the same exact time, so they will line up. Kind of reminds me of like stained glass. Reminds me of stained glass, which is really fun. Okay, you see it now. Perfect. Okay, so this is, if you're looking at my measurements, this is the back side. This is down 2 inches. That is up 2 inches. This is down 1 1/4. That is up 1 1/4. So when you flip it, this is what you get. So this is the 1 1/4 side. This is the 2 inch. When you flip it, the 2 is on this side, the 1 1/4. So, and like I said, you can just put it on a trimmer and just willy-nilly angle it. But I know how I am willy-nilly trying to cut pennants or anything else. I don't like it. And then I take a little more off and take a little more off and take a little more off. And then I have to get a new piece of paper. So that's why I measure mine and don't just willy-nilly slice it. No willy-nillying. Okay. All right, now I'm going to bring in, what we're going to do is we're going to flip it. So we're going to put one here, one there, one there. Okay? Then we're going to put that there. And we're going to put that there. And that there. And then we're going to go there, there, and there. So there are our card fronts. There are 3 card fronts using 3 pattern papers, quick and easy backgrounds. We're just cut, stack, cut, and shuffle. Stack, cut, and shuffle. Okay, are we all good? All right, I don't see any questions. I see some thumbs up, so perfect. Doesn't matter which stack we start with. I'm just going to kind of stack these and put them out of the way because all of them are going to be the same exact. So I'm going to bring in my Crafter's Essential Layers. I've got my base plate here just to kind of hold it. We don't need really the measurements because, well, we already have our measurements cut. So there's my base plate. We're going to put our gold in. Okay, putting in our gold piece. Then we're using our 1/8. I'm using my 1/8 and my 1/2 are kind of my most used. Oh, I use 3/8 a lot too on these. So then we're just going to put in, and I like to put my magnet kind of on top, kind of holds it still a little bit if you just kind of want to hold it. And we're going to start with the bottom piece. So we got our butterflies. I'm going to put some adhesive on there. We're going to butt it up in that corner and press. Okay, now the next pieces are going to butt up next to each other, going all the way up. So there's not going to be a gap or a space on there. So I'm going to line it up on top of the butterflies exactly. And then our spacer, our layer spacer, is telling us where it needs to go. Okay? So now we've got our equal spacing all the way around. Just take my last one and I can eyeball this one because it's just lining up on that black one. And then there is our perfect layers. Everything's centered, everything's good all the way around it. Okay, we're going to repeat this 2 more times. It's all about the repetition. Repetition helps you get cards done fast. I love making cards, but some days I just don't have 3 hours to sit and design one card. So if you can kind of take the base and repetition it a little bit, but mix up the top layers or mix up bits and pieces of it, this is going to help you get more cards done faster. But yet they're not all the same. Kind of similar, but yet different. Okay, so there's that one. We're going to butt up that turquoise. I guess it's more of a sage than a turquoise. And then our butterflies. Okay, there's number 2. And then on to number 3. How's everybody doing? Are we crafting along or watching tonight? Going back. We really hope you guys are enjoying these crafty hours and are crafting along with us and doing the projects. We love seeing your guys' interpretations. We love seeing what you guys come up with the scraps. So I love seeing all those. So keep posting those over in the Crafty Hour Creations Facebook group. So we can see what you're all doing. Okay, we got some watching, we got some crafting along. Awesome, Kay. Awesome, awesome. Just trying to make sure we're at a good pace. Hello, Wendy. She just got here. Oh, no, Claudia. Hope you're feeling better soon. Okay. So is everybody trying to make sure pace that everybody's good? Everybody got their pieces glued down? We should have something that looks like this. Hello, Joanne. Oh, bad. More time. Okay, give you a second, Helen. Okay, so while you guys are still gluing, evidently I have a thing. Deanna loves her foam tape. Evidently I love jute and twine lately. I think I've used it in the last 3 or 4 cards, but there's just something about jute or twine or something that gives it that fiber look or gives it that. So evidently that's my thing lately, is I love to use this jute and twine. This one's from the Crafty Hour kit that we did the fall one. But it's awesome. It's awesome, awesome. Yours don't match up. Okay. I'm not sure what you did. Do you have 3 different patterns? You want to make sure you have 3 different patterns. And when you're cutting them, you want to make sure your paper doesn't shift when you're cutting it. Otherwise, they won't line up. Ooh, Elena's got the multicolored jute. Awesome. Yeah, isn't that pretty? It's like a variegated. Can't say words tonight. Variegated. It's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to take twine and basically do the same thing on all the cards. Because, like I said, I'm obsessed with jute and twine. Ooh, I hope I have enough. I got another thing here if I need. Maybe I confused which goes where. Okay, so we're just going to take it. I like to take it and just kind of hold it with my thumb. Gonna wrap, 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 and wrap to the front. And then we're just going to tie a bow. And we're going to do the same thing again on all 3. Quick, easy cards. We're using kind of the same concept, repetition, but each one will look completely different. Scissors. Anybody see my scissors? There they are. Ooh, good thing I grabbed some more. Okay, so there's that one. And then we can scooch this later, just figure out where we want to put it. But for right now, we're just going to kind of wrap it. So I just crisscross it and tie. Okay, so same thing. I just kind of take it and hold a little bit with my thumb. I go in, I crisscross it, I come around to the front, and we'll tie it in a bow. Okay, last one. Oh, okay, got it. Good. Awesome, awesome. Sometimes it's just the little things. You just gotta recheck it, relook at it, and see what happened. Oops. Need some more string here. Okay, there we go. Do, do, do. All right, so now we should have four cards done with those pieces. Oh, my black cardstock. Okay, everybody got that? I'll give you guys a moment to get all of those pieces tied. Get all of those pieces tied really quick. Is everybody tied? Are we good? Watching for some thumbs ups. Then I grab my black and I grab the blue. The blue is so dark. Okay, there's our black cardstock. Okay, so the first card we're going to do is this one here. We're going to grab the one with the butterflies at the top. Butterflies at the top. And we're going to do this card right here. Okay. Kathy, we're going to kind of tuck stuff underneath it. So you could tie it afterwards, just kind of figure out where you're going to put your pieces that you're going to tie on the top. Okay, so out of your ephemera, what you're going to need is you're going to need this, Let Your Dreams Be Your Wings. This one uses a lot of ephemera pieces. I just loved a lot of the pieces. Okay, you're going to grab kind of that gray butterfly. Gray butterfly. There was a little heart in the collection, and I ended up taking my pink ink pad and inking the edges of it. I didn't do it on my original copy, and it kind of got blended in the background. So I tried outlining it in a black pen and then outlining it in a pink pen, and I just wasn't happy with it because it blended with the background. But it was already glued down, so I couldn't pop it up and change it. So this one I did just ink the outside edges of it pink a little bit. So it will look a little different than that one. I love postage stamps. I don't know about you guys, but this is fun. Love, love, love postage stamps. I like want to collect all the ones that 49 and Market comes out with every time they come out with a new color. Just love them all. Okay, then we've got this kind of squiggly, curly guy. I don't know what you want to call him. The pink butterfly. And then the gold butterfly. So you're going to grab out all those pieces. I posted those kind of as pieces to pull out for homework on those. I don't think there was as many ephemera pieces, or maybe just not as many as I liked, in this pack as there was in some of the other packs, because I didn't feel like I was digging forever. Of course, the Christmas one, we had 3 packs, so there was a lot of digging in 3 packs. A lot of digging. Okay, everybody got that? So what we're going to do is we are going to mat. Let me try to give me space, but try to keep it to where you guys can see it. We're going to mat this guy on black. So currently, he is 3 by 4. So we're going to cut a piece of paper that's 3 1/4. We're going to add 1/4 inch. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Piece of black. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I like to use the measurements on this trimmer, so I'm not wasting paper and cutting all the way through. So I'm cutting exactly what I need. Okay, so 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then we're just going to glue that down just like that. Just getting glued flat. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. The gold butterfly should be in your ephemera pack. Should be 2 of everything in your ephemera. Maybe check the floor. I know there's so many in there that sometimes we're digging, and I find them weeks later on the floor, and I'm like, what did that come out of? Okay, so there is all we're doing is just matting that on there. And then I'm going to pop this. So we're going to put foam tape on the back side of it, and then it's going to get popped, and we're going to kind of slide it underneath that jute. Sliding it underneath the jute. The black is in your cardstock. You should have a whole pack in the bottom of your box of solid 8.5 by 11 cardstocks, and the black is in there. Okay, then we're just going to pull this off. And I'm just going to tuck this underneath. And just pop it just like that. Okay, we're just going to tucky and pop. And then this is when you can kind of move your string around and decide if you want it in a different spot so it's not covering up your sentiment. But I got it right where I think I want it. Got it right where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue it to my card base before I add all that other stuff to it. And for this gold paper, I like to use the quick dry. The Helmar 450 is perfect for this. Okay, all glued down. Now we're just going to do our pieces. So I like to add some dimension to my die cut, so I'm just going to kind of bend my butterfly so his little wings are kind of puffed up a little bit. And he's going to go in here. I'm going to do the same thing with the postage stamp. I'm just going to kind of press it so it has a little depth to it. All of my pieces, I like to just take my thumb, press it, kind of give them a little life. That way everything's not so flat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with my butterflies. I'm going to put them at the top. I'm just using a little liquid glue. I like the Nouveau glue for my little pieces. I like the white glue. You could also use art glitter glue. You could use Barely Art glue. Whatever your favorite is. I just love butterflies. I think I used every single butterfly in this pack except for the vellum ones. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of tuck this stuff in here. And when I glue these pieces down, I just kind of spot check the glue. I don't cover the whole thing in glue because I don't want it flat. I want it to have a little movement and dimension to it. So I just kind of spot check it. I'm going to hold that there for a moment because I'm kind of up on that jute a little bit. Okay. I'm going to tuck that little heart in there. Add a little pink. And then I'll tuck my little viney guy in. Technical term, viney guy. Just like that. Awesome. Got our little layers tucked, everything laid in. And then the last thing is to add bling. I love, love, love the new pink. I love all the pink fresh gems. Who am I kidding? I love them all. The ombres, the kind of the warty looking ones they got. These are the new ones. These are called the clear drops, and this is the champagne color. And I love this champagne because it just matches everything. Kind of like a creamy yellow. It picks up different tones depending on what you're putting it by, and it just, yeah, it picks up everything. So I thought this color matched really, really nice. Yes, aren't they lovely? And Kay, I think champagne is the one color that we owe you, and it came back in today. So I will make sure to get that in your next shipment. We were waiting for it, and I didn't want to hold your whole order on one color, so we'll get that out in your next order. Okay, so I like to just put one on each belly, just kind of gives them a little bling. You could put 3 down the bellies and give them a little thing, or you could put like a small, medium, large. I know, right? It's Christmas when you get boxes. Get boxes of crafty goodies. All right, so there is card number 1. Card number 1 is complete. How's everybody doing? Doing good? Okay. Card number 2 is going to be the one with the green at the top. Kind of your green. I'm going to scoochy kind of this stuff up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto my base now. Okay, lots of thumbs up. Everybody's doing good. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Sandy. Make sure, I always got to make sure sometimes that my crease is on the left-hand side. How many of you have put cards on your bases upside down? Whew, I've done it more times than I want to admit. And at that point, do you cut it off and redo it? Or do you call it a left-handed card? Or do we just call it a trick card? Or glue it shut and it's a card front? I guess there's lots of options to go with our oopses, right? Okay, this one we're going to need to grab a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces for this one. We're going to grab the pink ticket stubs. Put it in your unfinished pile. Yep, that works too. Going to grab the dreamer. The music notes. Everything happens for a reason. The big pink butterfly. The doily, and make sure you punch all that stuff out. It wasn't punched out, so I went in and I'm going to floof him now because that way I don't forget. But punch out the centers with a little pokey tool. Then we got our flower pot. And then I did have you guys die cut one little black butterfly. This is from the metal die set. So there's two different pieces. There's the body. I thought maybe I brought my dies up with me, but I must have left them downstairs. But I die cut this out of your dies out of cardstock. And then I glued the belly to the center. Okay, so that is from your metal dies. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is grab this guy. Don't fall in love with him. Grab some scissors. And we're going to whack him off. You're going to cut that flower pot off. Whack it off. Don't fall in love. There's a lot of pieces here you don't want to fall in love with because we're going to be altering a bunch of them. Okay? That's the first one. Second one you're not going to fall in love with is this one. We're going to rip it. So we're going to use the top part. We're going to put the bottom part somewhere else for later. Okay. Another one we're not falling in love with is Dreamer. We're going to take and we're going to rip the bottom of it off. We are altering the die cuts. I thought they needed it. Okay, that's enough change for now. That's enough. Okay, so let me scoochie all these guys over. All right, the first one we are going to start with is that doily. We're going to kind of start with that doily, and we're going to tuck that back in the back. And again, I just put glue kind of in the center. We want to give it a little bit of lift. We're going to kind of bend these guys too. Our ticket stubs, kind of bend them, give them a little bit of dimension. And we're going to tuck them in here. So we're going to do lots of layering and lots of tucking. Okay? When they're where I want them, I'm just going to kind of lift and put a little bit of glue to hold it. I know, Jane, right? Ruthless. I just don't like what their idea was. And sometimes we're going to be covering it anyways, so why waste the good pink guy if we're going to cover him? So now we got one to use on another page. Got him to use on other pages. But that's a great way to do die cuts too. Sometimes you just don't like the shape or like what it has. Alter it. Make it your own. Okay. Taking our flowers. I'm just kind of pushing, giving it some life. And that guy Actually, let's put our music notes on first, because everything else is going to be kind of tucked behind that. I'm going to take the Everything Happens for a Reason and put one of my skinny foam strips on the back side of it. I love these skinny foam strips. And we are going to pop that onto the music paper. Again, I love anything with music notes on it, so that kind of sang to me, literally. Haha. Literally sang to me. And then we're going to put some foam tape on the back of this. So we've got kind of 2 layers of foam. Right? Some die cuts are just too big. They gotta be kind of resized a little bit, or stacked in, or layered. Gotta alter them a little bit. Okay, putting our foam tape on, and we're just gonna kind of tuck that right underneath there. I think I want to bring it over just a hair. Oop. Okay, so there's what we've got so far. Lots of layers tucking. Oh, right, Nola? We were ready to do something other than Christmas cards. Now, that doesn't mean I have my Christmas cards all done yet. I'll get started on those next week, right? Okay, then we're going to grab our flowers. So we are moving on from Christmas cards on Crafty Hours. Oh, I can't wait to do the ladybugs. Is that not adorable? Oh my gosh. It's going to be hard to like narrow down the ideas and stuff for that one. Okay, so there we're just tucking our flowers kind of in there. Lots of layers, lots of tucking. And then we've got this little dreamer. I really liked that, so we're going to kind of tuck this in. I might tuck it in. My ribbon's a little bit different than my sample one, so let me see how I can tuck this that I can still read it. My bows go in a different direction. Let me see if I can tease them. There we go. That's where I want them. Okay, there we go. Got your dreamer. And then the last thing is the, oh, we got 2 butterflies. Love these butterflies. Okay, so I'm going to floof him. Get floofy, and he's going to go up in here. I don't know. Maybe I do him farther out. And then we've got the little black one. I am going to put a pop dot, an itty bitty little, let me find my itty bitties. Itty bitty little pop dot. These are those little micro squares from Scrapbook Adhesive. Love their little pop dots. Well, I love all their pop dots. And we're just going to pop him down in the corner. Give him a little lift. Little life into his wings. And like I said, that one is from your metal dies. So I die cut that out of black cardstock. And then our last butterfly. Kind of think I want to change him and put him up there so he's not tucky. So in my first card, I kind of tucked him in there. But now I kind of think I want him flying out. I don't know. Choices, choices. Yeah, I think I want him flying out. I'm going to change it up a little bit. have a void up there. We're going to put them up in that void. And then we're going to put another one of those gems on, because why not? You get a bazillion of them in that pack, so you might as well put a gem on it. Yeah, right, Jane? I'm flying away. Like I'm flying away. Okay, so there is card number 2. 2 different versions. I got them tucked in, and then that way I got them flying away. Ooh, and we are doing good on time. We got 15 minutes. Okay, so that is card number 2. All right, last one. You should have the black one at the top. It's got black at the top. And I'm going to scoot my ribbon up just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it onto the back. Yep, card opens the right way. Whew, 3 for 3 on cards opening the right way. Doing good. Glue that on there. Then we are going to, I didn't have you grab your die cuts out. You got the 2 tags. You're going to grab the 2 tags. You're going to grab one of the 3D butterflies, whatever one you want. On my first one, I had this white one. And on the second one, I'm going to use this white one. Ooh, he's kind of big. I might switch him up to a smaller one. Maybe I'll use the pink one. He's kind of smaller. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But grab a butterfly. Pick a butterfly. Any butterfly. Okay. And we're just going to add the tags on. Okay, one moment. I'll be 1 second. Go ahead, shut that little heater off. I'm starting to cook now. Okay, so now we got those pieces, and we're going to take our tags, and I didn't fluff these too much, but we're just going to add our glue to the back side, and again, we're just going to kind of tuck them. It's all about tucking in this twine, tucking in the twine. Oh, I love it. Kay said, on a side note, all the layering she's learning with all these cards, she tried it with her Christmas decorating, and everybody loves it. Never know what you learn. I love it. I love it. You never know when you learn something, you'll apply it to a different, apply it to something different. Trying to decide which one I want to use. Yeah, I think I'm still going to go with the white one on mine. I love these little vellum butterflies. They are adorable. They are my favorite part of this whole kit, are these vellum butterflies. They're gorgeous. And I'm not sure if Deanna's still on, but I know we have, I think maybe 3 kits still available. So if you guys haven't grabbed a kit, Scrapbook-N-Memories has 3 for my girls if you haven't grabbed one. And I think Deanna might have some too. So if you're a Clipper Street girl, call them tomorrow. Okay, so that card is done. Except, let me move my trimmer. I was staring at this card and I was going to add more ephemera to it. And I'm like, for the love of God, Kourtney, how many ephemera pieces are you going to put on one piece of paper? And I'm staring at it going, you know what? I have not played with my wax seals in some time. And I love wax seals. So last minute, I decided to add a wax seal to it. And I thought, why not? Is totally option. If you have wax seal kit, feel free to grab your wax seal kit and craft along and make it. If you don't have a wax seal kit and you're like, whoo, Kourtney, what's that? It's my favorite thing in the whole world. So this is the wax seal kit by Spellbinders. It has this really nice silicone mat. So essentially what we're doing is this. I just thought, oh my gosh, that would be so cute to put a seal on the end of it last minute. The card is cute the way it is. If you don't have a wax seal, that's great. It's cute the way it is. You could add a piece of ephemera. You could add some of those tags or something we cut out. There's plenty of other things to add if you want, if you don't have the wax seal. So what we've got is it's got a little tea light that you light, and you've got your rest. Then you have your little spoon. So everything I'm using comes in the starter kit, except for the candle. You will have to provide the candle. I'm using the gold beads that also come in that kit. So I'm going to use 3 pebbles because I already have a little bit in my spoon. If I don't have something in my spoon already, I'll use 4 pebbles. But I already have a little residual stuff in there, so I'm using 3 pebbles. And we're going to wait for it just to melt. It's going to melt and we're going to make our cute little wax seal. Now, if you were watching our 2 o'clock today, Ken was making fun of me and we were talking about there are wax seal adhesives that you can peel and stick the wax seal down to. This card here, I'm not going to lie, got tore up and redone. So I originally had this twine tied onto the card and I thought, oh my gosh, it'll be so cute to put a wax seal right in the center of that twine. So I did it directly onto the card. I pressed it. It is too thick. It was god-awful ugly. So I cut the twine off. I cut the wax seal off. And if you look underneath, underneath this popped up layer of pretty stuff, is an ugly wax seal that I cut off and just destroyed. Because I liked my card and I couldn't waste my paper, so somehow I had to cover it up. So I covered it up with this giant quote, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to glue my wax seal on and not put it directly on the card. So if you have commitment issues like me, don't pour it directly on the card. Pour it onto your mat and then glue it onto your card. Because if you don't like it, then you can just throw it back in the pot and remelt it. And you're not committed. If you don't like it, you're taking the Tim Holtz scissors like I did, and you're trying to cut this thing off your card, and you cut a hole in your card and your ribbon. And anyways, so you guys don't always see the ugly stuff that we make, because trust me, there is some ugly, and there's a lot that goes in the trash. And that was kind of my ugly. My ugly is a wax seal that did not go quite as planned. Did not go quite as planned. Okay, we're waiting for the beads to melt. It's working its way. The seal I'm using says for you. This is the one that comes in the starter kit. Comes in that starter kit. And then something else that I added is the Marvy gold paint pen. By using the gold paint pen, you can very lightly rub it over the top of your image, and it makes that gold pop. You can also use your gilding waxes and polishes. Those will work really great on those too. I feel like I could spend just like 4 or 5 hours just making wax seals and telling you guys how to do cool different stuff with them. And now we're literally watching it pour. Helen, we're going to pour it directly onto this mat. And then you peel it off and you will stick it onto the sticker and then stick it down. For this one, I'm just going to put liquid adhesive on it because I'm not sure where my stickers are. Uh-oh, Deanna, they're wanting hints. Hints. Crafty Hour 32 is going to be everyday occasions. Everyday occasions. How's that? That's a good hint, right? Everyday occasions. You're like, no, that is clear as mud. Okay, we're almost melted. We're almost there. And so, yes, while you guys are mentioning that, we're waiting for stuff to go. We hope you guys are enjoying the Crafty Hours. We hope you join us again for the next one at Crafty Hour 32. We've already created an event that you guys can click that you're attending for the live reveal. The live reveal will be tomorrow at 11 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific, and it will go live on our Facebook page. And then, so you can see the reveal, Deanna will walk you through the kit and kind of show you what's in it. And let me tell you, this kit is very affordable. We did this one very cheap for you guys, very affordable. And it will go live on our websites at the same time. So the easiest way is you guys can jump onto the websites and register that way. I'll be on moderating and putting the links to register on that. And then if you guys were watching our 2 o'clocks, you probably heard that there's going to be another announcement an hour later. So 12 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock, nope, 10 o'clock Pacific. I'm time zone challenged, man. Whew, works my brain some days. 12 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Pacific, we're going to have another exciting announcement of a collaboration with Spellbinders. So we will have another Spellbinders exclusive class coming up, and the designer, the kit, the cards and stuff will all be announced at noon, so you guys can tune in at that time. And again, it will go live on our website for registration on those two. So make sure to tune in at 11 and noon Central Time. Okay, yeah, no Valentine's. We didn't do Valentine's because we thought maybe it would have been too limited. Like maybe not everybody wanted a Valentine card, or it might have been a little too late. So we did not do a Valentine's theme. But the ladybugs could totally be used kind of for Valentine's because they got the cute little like love bugs. So that line could totally work for Valentine's. Okay, we are all melted. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to pour it onto our mat. And this mat comes with the Spellbinders starter kit. It is a silicone mat, so you don't have to worry about it burning anything. And then you're just going to take your stamper and just lightly press it down into the wax. And then that's all there is to doing wax seals. Really simple, easy. They're really stunning. This, I can let it dry or let it cool off and leave it in the pot. And then the next time I come, I can remelt it and use it again. If you make an ugly seal and you're like, ooh, I don't like that, I messed that up, you can cut it up and throw it back into your pot and you can remelt it. So literally nothing goes to waste with these. Nothing goes to waste. Okay, so we're going to bring this back in. And then to see if it's dry, all you do is move it. And if it pops up, then you are dry. And then here is our cute little wax seal. And I'm going to make the center of it pop a little bit. So I'm going to take my gold paint pen and then just lightly rub it on the top. And that is going to make that image just kind of pop. Is anybody as addicted to these things as I am? Oh my gosh. I could just sit and make them for hours and just feel like a little baggie full of them to have them for projects later. And then you can just pull them out and glue them on later. They're so, to me, this is so relaxing. I could just sit and mix colors and mix papers and sprinkle glitters in and sprinkle confetti in, and I could just make these things for hours. And they look cute on your cards, your packages, and they look cute on your Christmas stuff, your Christmas packages and things. All right, now I'm just taking my Helmar 450 and I'm just going to glue this guy on. This particular silicone mat only comes in the starter kit, but we do have individual different ones that are by Honeybee, and they actually have circle wells in them. So if you want to, that paint was still a little wet, that's okay. If you want to pour your wax into a little circle mold, they have those. Yes, absolutely. Add some hearts to that ladybug line and you can make some adorable valentines. Absolutely. Oops, am I off camera? And if you guys signed up for that Posies, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm squirreling all over the place tonight. The Spellbinders, that Better Press class with the Posies, you guys are going to be making wax seals in that one too. It's a class where we're going to combine Better Press and wax seals. So I'm really excited for that one in January. All right, so there is, are we glued down? For the most part. There's our finished card with our little wax seal on it. All right, so that is what, blow out the candle before I forget it's going. That is what we've got for Crafty Hour 30. Crafty Hour 30. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. And if, like I said, if you missed Diane's presentation today at noon, make sure to go back over to Clipper Street. It is recorded, so you can go back and watch it. She did a really fun fold card that is awesome. And Crafty Hour number 32 goes live at 11 Central, and then join us at 12 Central for a awesome collaboration with Spellbinders. So have a fabulous night. Thank you so much for being part of the Crafty Hour group, and we can't wait to see your cards. So make sure to post them in the Crafty Hour Creations group. Have a fabulous night. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.